Third of the street lights in the French Quarter are either damaged or not functioning, according to a recent survey by the French Quarter Management District.
As David Jones reports, residents in the quarter say the darkness is attracting crime.
This light is out, that light's out, this light's out. There are no lights here.
Longtime French Quarter residents say increasingly they're living in darkness.
Well, we don't have to decorate for Halloween this year. Every night it's spooky out here when the sun goes down.
Brobson Lutz says he sits outside his home nightly.
My only protection is usually a cigar. At least if they come at you, you can burn their eyes out, you know. But I'd be afraid to sit out here without a cigar in my hand.
I've lived in the French Quarter for 30 years, and I've just noticed over the last year or so the French Quarter streets are getting darker, and it kind of creeps up on you.
Leo Watermeyer says after a close friend got robbed on Royal Street last Sunday, he took it on himself to start counting lights. Light after light after light he found extinguished.
First night I found about 25 just around where I live, and the next night over 50. So that was over 75 street lights that weren't working. The French Quarter drives a lot of the economic activity in the city, and if the French Quarter loses its appeal, it will have a really negative effect on the whole city, the whole metro area.
Well, we've known for a long time that we've had street lights out in French Quarter. What we didn't have is the actual data of how many street lights we had out.
Carly Frankic is with the French Quarter Management District. FQMD recently released their field survey. Of the more than 800 poles they counted, more than a third were either damaged or not functioning. 185 lights, or about 1/5, were not working at all.
No, we have thousands of residents here in the French Quarter, and everybody wants to be able to walk to and from their house safely. But we also have a lot of hospitality workers who come and go at all hours of the day, and they need to be able to get to work and get home safely.
The problem worsened by the installation of more than 100 5G poles by AT&T and Verizon.
The contractors for Verizon and AT&T were supposed to be taking out a street light, immediately putting in a 5G pole and installing lighting on it. And we understand that with supply chain issues, changes to the design, those streetlights didn't go in as planned, but temporary lighting was supposed to go on each one until those issues with the light fixture were worked out.
And we're calling at least for AT&T and Verizon to put strong temporary lights where these lanterns are going to go, so that we're not going to spend more months and months in the dark down here.
Frankic says there is good news, though. The final design for the new light fixtures to be affixed to the 5G poles have been finalized. She says they've given their data to the city, which is going back to check the lights themselves. The city spokesperson says a $4.3 million citywide streetlight repair contract began in late August. So far, the contractor has completed more than 1,000 repairs across the city.